Dodge this! Freeze! Cool it! Dodge this! Cool it! Freeze! Dodge this! Freeze! Dodge this! Freeze!
Life is short, so eat, drink,
That's
and
another
be
one
merry.
gone.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
Are these two your friends?
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair. And, Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis.
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord. We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
The first Mora?
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade with the early nations of that time. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Teyvat.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, for example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony that—
No. My research indicates Mora is a catalyst. The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a cat.
A dagger and a sword?
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story.
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis. As for its fate, the same as all Mora, I suspect. It was simply—
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument, on the other hand, lacks any evidence. How can you so easily dismiss—
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant, if not be—
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora? I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat?
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could be of some help.
Of course. They can come if that's what pleases you, sir.
It's an honor to meet you.
This face.
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw. Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the others. You remain objective. So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were—
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind of contract.
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god. But she encountered Morax used a rather underhanded trick to—
What? No.
This bit of history is a long story. But you may not like the truth when you hear it.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event,
No, it's just... Where should I begin?
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're over here all this time.
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise...
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for trouble.
The Fatui say that every time.
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which will all be shared. I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount to hire Zhongli as my own consultant while I'm in town.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes? Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor must respect their duty.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man. Well then, let's head out now, shall we?
Wait, if you are studying archaeology, can I go too? I am also a scholar in this field, so I can help.
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too. This experience may be of help to you on your future adventures. It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished, it will still be a meaningful experience.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one.
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest...
Hey, Paimon's good at that too!
Well, that is quite enticing. Well, let's go. There's no time to wait. An ancient artifact would be good. This place looks so ordinary. Can we—
Huh? Paimon,
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary.
Guyan Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War. Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the overlord of the vortex. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
these mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapons?
What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years ago were much greater both in number and in size. But due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity, many of them have been completely swallowed by the sea. So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spears also played a big part in the formation of Guyun stone.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong in its own right.
Indeed. This is where the value lies in research at Guyun Stone Forest. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the Overlord of the Vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day again.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich. I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge and historical value, yes? Well, since we brought so many...
Okay then. I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge in...
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare, let's meet on the shore opposite from here. The ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
Terra Smash! Dodge this! Quake!
Goba, get them!
Freeze! Shouldn't let your guard down. No time to lose. Yeah. Yep.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Cool it!
Nice and spicy!
Terra Smash! Freeze!
Oh, so sorry.
Why are there enemies here?
Guyan Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
No time to lose. You can run, but you can't hide.
Boba, get them!
Dodge this! Cool it! Don't get frostbite! Freeze!
Terra Smash! To dust!
They're gathering together here. But why?
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. But the hydromimic monsters. I have a contract and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them and recover the relic.
Dodge this!
Yeah!
Boba, get them!
Freeze!
Quake!
Don't get frostbite.
Brace yourself! This is gonna hurt!
Out of the frying pan,
Terra Smash!
Cool it! This moment will be frozen in time. Dodge this!
Yeah!
Boba, get them!
Cool it!
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good for?
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried.
Oh, stop arguing! What in the...
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable to take back.
I've just been researching the God of Salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange? And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
Isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way?
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Oh. What a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the Overlord of the Vortex, but they have nothing to do with the god besides being in the vicinity at the time. This stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power. Perhaps it will be useful for research purposes.
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. But these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right?
So, it's only valuable for research if there are remnants of...
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the God of Salt is because history can tell us about culture. But you're just...
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear.
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that teacup.
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber. So unless you want to mess with the Qixing...
Ah, I see. What a shame. It was of such high quality, too.
See? You do want to sell these objects.
But, so what? Why can't I... All right, then. No need to stay here any longer.
Sooner we're done, the better.
We're not frozen in place after. All.
Dodge this!
Judgment!
I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of Salt's people. Therefore, there's...
According to legend, the people of the god of Salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection. But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before...
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my... I don't know. There's no... The god of Salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secret. So, the one who wants to...
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would...
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures...
You weren't listening at all, were you? Ugh. Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us.
This seal seems to be quite ancient.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, they do in fact contain the secret to breaking seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so.
Freeze!
Yeah! Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of Salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed. See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So, when I investigated the seal last time, but when we lit up all the elemental monuments, Nothing happened.
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. Otherwise, the seal will not be broken. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
To the north, to the east.
Certainly you have to provide at that time, with the chaos and that haven she eventually...
How sad then.
Okay.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. With this clue, you...
Let's go. Time is against us. Incoming!
Dodge this! Cool it! Don't get frostbite.
Riptide!
Speed of light! Don't blink! Speed of light! Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
Freeze! Cool it!
You can't run!
Dodge this! Cool it! Ha.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyan.
Okay.
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per claim. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will just be...
Hey! Don't pass it.
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this
I don't agree either.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition. You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the God of Salt should be enough to make a fortune.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then.
Ja! Ja! Ja!
With sword comes shadow.
Cool it!
Judgment!
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin? Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful and...
Finally, after all that effort, I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god...
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed.
Of course, as we agreed.
Since we have a contract, it's no use for me to...
Then let's move on, shall we?
Stabilize!
This is order. You can run, but you can't hide. Terra Smash!
Just a simple ruler.
This, if I remember correct...
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice!
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler
No! Unacceptable! I paid for and organized this, and this girl has been useless!
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now, let's not forget who hired who here.
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Pay your dues.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Gather.
Judgment!
Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
Your mother.
I will have order.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you!
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so. Hey, Paimon likes Mora, but Paimon doesn't do bad things.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh?
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological...
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but you aren't interested in archaeology or relics. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the...
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from... Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Oh, right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use...
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
Quake! Rise!
Yeah!
Solidify!
Shiver!
Riptide!
Dodge this! Crumble! This is order.
Don't get frostbite. Cool it. You can run, but you can't hide. Ja, ja, ha, ha. Ja, 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 za, ja. Ja, ha, za, ha, ha.
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back. The power of this sword surely is much greater than... If we can repair this sword, then we can show the world the mighty power...
It does...
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true, but...
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take 2 relics at the same time.
This logic!
Zhongli, she seems like a good person.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the god of salt cannot be no matter what. Even if it breaks the contract.
So you are already decided?
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to
That's okay. Punish me however you want.
No, you can't!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But, as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth? You mean...
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the 7.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No. No!
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true!
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
Hey! Come back!
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
No time to lose.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, Let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then. This is the scene of the crime. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, I can't! This must be a lie. A false history, all of it! Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any...
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now. No, indeed. How sharp of you. Yet this is not a matter of wisdom, only age. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also. All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyonstone Forest?
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhong?
Treading old ground, telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Terra Smash! Die. Cool it! Shouldn't let your guard down.
Oh, so sorry.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in time. Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
Just sharpen my spear.
Let's go. Time is against us.
Out of the frying pan.
Cool it!
Lights out.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming. I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat.
Sounds like tough work.
Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer. We did not measure right and wrong during the days of the Archon War in the same manner as we do today. Of course, as I am now, I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time.
Come on, Don't keep me waiting. There's still a long road ahead.
What's the hurry?
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Any new commissions?
As a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for you two. Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor. He's hoping the Adventurers Guild can spare some manpower.
What is it we have to do exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome!
I have no reason to doubt your abilities. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. Error.
Save this money or invest it. Oh, I think I may have overeaten.
Cheap and tasty chop suey!
What's the hurry?
The nightlife here?
Welcome to Second Life. Satisfaction. Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant.
Leo's really got a lot going.
Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant.
I am indeed. Now then. You must be the adventurers assigned.
Huh? How could you?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face.
Right again! You're...
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Di can see what you're made of from a long way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just...
Woo-woo! That's why we're here! Now there's someone else...
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventurers alone to handle it.
So there is... Do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geo... Besides, this guy's the best in his field. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Teyvat that knows rocks better than him.
You're a fool if you...
Oh? And why am I...
Because Teyvat's number... Ha-ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Wait here, look! Paimon bets Zhongli is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over!
Catch the wind.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there...
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here...
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands geology and ore.
Someone who understands geology and ore.
Take a look around. Is there anyone... The requester claims to have enlisted Teyvat's #1...
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my...
Oh, no. It's just... Paimon just wants to...
I see. Well then, it will be my pleasure to accompany you.
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to be a leading authority. We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms.
Stop being... Well, we got him.
Oh there. Come and see these rare and precious curios.
Uncle Di.
Oh, and...
Yep, Paimon...
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, I do have a claim to some experience in this field.
Uh-huh, so you say. It's no use me singing his...
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, young Kun. These are 2 adventurers assigned to us. And as for this gentleman... Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli. I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many talents. I had no idea I'd be meeting you in person today.
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the parlor.
Uncle Di, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I wouldn't know where to start.
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhongli wins...
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to see which one of us wins.
Stop talking the talk and start walking the walk.
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth talking about.
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kunjun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day when Uncle died. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even followed me for a while.
Huh? How could you forget something?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me, an old mining foreman. In any case, he didn't have any pressing matters and agreed to help me.
So, do you have a poor memory?
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks you need help with, I can most... Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption. If I'm not mistaken, this is a rough gem from another nation.
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining. My intuition tells me that there's high-quality crystal ore inside.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits of water or sand. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths, like a moon concealed within a mountain, reflecting shafts of daylight that make it through. Now that's a rare treasure.
Such a detailed description. Almost like he saw it with his own 2 eyes. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you? After all, we haven't even seen what's inside yet.
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments.
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must be.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli. How did you know exactly what lay within?
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope...
Of course not! I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. I hope you will accept... Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level of expertise is unrivaled in the trade.
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the chasm. There are men counting on you to find them.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
What's the hurry?
Whoa,
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to other matters. When we returned, the 4 men we'd left behind had vanished. I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace.
So 4 miners have disappeared.
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all of them.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that the 4 of them left for another mine?
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and we didn't pass any other mines on the way over.
Huh. Such a huge mine. Did you really manage to explore every corner?
Underground, overground. We left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of digging further into the earth itself. How could 4 sturdy young men just vanish into the bedrock?
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before extracting any conclusions.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever you'd like. If you come across any clues, let me know straight away.
so strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Let's look around first and see if... Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts, some trousers...
A few everyday items. They must belong to Uncle Dai and his men.
1, 2, 3... Huh. That seems right. 10 shirts, 10 pairs of trousers. These must be spares, right? Look, Uncle Dai's clothes are identical.
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying around.
Items for washing one's face before the dawn shift. Mining equipment.
So, they didn't take any supplies.
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. It seems likely they left with the tools of their trade. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items? Curious.
Huh. Why would someone set off with...
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems an unlikely... Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their supplies.
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility. We'll need more clues before any further inference can...
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave.
No time to lose.
Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are...
Or, what if...
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. Okay.
Looks like he's concentrating real...
I see. 4 men following someone out of the mine. It looks like a child.
A child? What's a child doing in a mine?
I'm not sure.
Also, how did you see...
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I would appreciate it if what I'm about to tell you remained a secret. It's a little odd. I can perceive the memories of Or.
Huh?
Perceive? So there's no conjecture at work?
You mean you can put your hand on a rock?
I've always sensed that Or contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area. All I have to do is touch one and focus my attention, and the memories come to me.
Amazing! So you can find out everything that ever happened there.
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white iron ore, aren't up to much. Their memories are hazy. Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more events and in greater detail.
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability indeed. It was prudent of Uncle Dai to recruit you, Miss.
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw, I believe they followed this path.
This will take us north, away from the mine.
North. Another clue for Uncle Dai. Let's make a note of it.
Excuse me, sir. Are you one of the workers here?
Ah, yes. You must be here about the disappearance. Please, find them if you can. I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy that day. The foreman left with... I stayed behind with the other 4. After a while, I decided to take a break, just to catch my breath. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. When I woke up, maybe I...
So the men that were out working disappeared, with the only one left to tell the tale having been asleep in a shelter. Perhaps an accident occurred on site.
What a scary thought. An on-site accident. Found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Dai.
You're back.
We found 3 clues in the vicinity. First, there are 4 missing pickaxes, yet everyday items are still in their place. This suggests that your men didn't leave of their own accord, but were forced to.
Forced to? But who would kidnap miners?
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left the site to take respite. When he awoke, his colleagues had disappeared without a trace. Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early emerged safe and sound. It would appear that the incident occurred on site.
Now that you mention it, I recall Bravo saying that he took a break. Could someone have entered the site and simply walked away with him?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kun-jun here made good use of his, expert techniques to arrive at a conclusion. It was a child that took your men away.
A child? But there are no settlements here for miles around.
Unlikely as it sounds, that's our conclusion.
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north, away from the mine and toward the ruins.
North? Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been invaluable to the investigation.
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago. Even if they set out on foot, they will have covered a lot of ground by now.
You're right. New plan. I'll lead my search party over to the settlements further out and make some inquiries. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. We'll go investigate and see if we can come up. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see each other, let's reconvene at Wangshu Inn tomorrow evening.
Agreed.
All right. Me and my men will get going.
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at this...
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues at the mine. Shouldn't we go...
Wait. I believe we're missing someone.
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kunjun? Paimon bets he's still invested. Searching for?
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for a precious stone known as Dragonfall.
Dragonfall? Dragonfall is often used in forging.
I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very absent lately. Name and address aside, I'm having trouble remembering things. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious, as if there's something I've forgotten to finish.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling, when you know you've forgotten something.
I don't even know where to start with it. I've been aimlessly wandering. That day at the market, I overheard a conversation while I was buying something. They mentioned Dragonfall. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was linked to that stone. So, perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember what it is I have to do.
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor.
Really? Oh.
Think nothing of it.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this is indeed the path they chose, there will be traces.
Great! Let's have a look!
No time to lose.
Wait! There are tracks here! These must have been left by the...
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would suggest that the miners are still within the path.
Freeze! Yeah! That
they made their way through Lingju Pass.
If we follow their footprints, we should be able to...
No time to lose. Riptide!
Nice and spicy! Help! My dinner isn't...
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this!
Boba, get them!
You can run, but you can't hide. Who's next?
should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through...
Hi there!
A miner?
Hello!
Stop by.
Jeez, whatever.
No time to lose.
Hey there!
It must have been about 4 or...
Yeah, that's...
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated. Traversing the geography...
It was so strange.
Huh. This child...
I caught a glimpse.
And they...
Yes, they fall...
Let's go after them!
No time to lose.
More footprints. There's a person over there!
Help! Please save me!
Is that one of the people we're looking for? Oh, rescue first! Ask questions later.
Amateur mistake. Amateur quake. Riptide!
You're toast!
Cool it! This moment will be frozen in time. No time to lose.
Nice and spicy!
Dodge this! You're... Freeze! Dodge this! Tidal wave! Brace yourself! This is gonna hurt!
My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue.
Huh? You sure you're not a miner?
A miner?
Yeah, we're looking... Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some people. A few men. I was in a hurry. I didn't...
I think that's all we needed.
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going.
According to the scholar, the miners were heading for Nantian.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
A child with a group of adults sounds pretty close to... but...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha!
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone-seeing...
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise for Mr.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun...
You think so? I guess it's been... It feels like we're cracking a criminal case.
Be that as it may, we would do well to keep our guards high. 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state, walking ceaselessly dead.
Oh, you're quite...
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited... We have encountered many clues along the way. The miners headed in the direction of...
Great! No...
I left a mark in the vicinity just now.
Clever thinking.
There's a basket lying here, too.
Hey! Hello?
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed from exhaustion.
Should we wake him up?
I can still
Sounds like he's whispering something.
It seems that he thinks he still has work to do. Something's not right. There's a camp nearby. We should take him there and monitor his condition.
How is he? He won't die?
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in serious danger.
Paimon heard him talking about digging.
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these ore fragments? I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is what we need.
So he was kidnapped. But if they didn't need him...
Unless something happened. Something that led him to fall behind.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory. I have something for you.
What is it? Ooh, is it a...
Something for us?
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to... These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any...
It's beautiful.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Zhongli. Huh? Is something wrong?
On the contrary. I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift during the but thank you.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that... Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest.
You sure like...
Ores are the... Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off.
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. There's no... Oh, however, there is something...
Huh? What?
Traveler. Does Dragonfall...
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of...
Elemental reactions can produce...
Indeed they can. However, Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle. And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to strike upon ore that has long since vanished?
Yeah, if he knows of its weird.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in
Ulterior motive.
a conclusion that is presently impossible to... Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the primary objective. We're drawing closer to our goal. When you're well rested, call... We should ensure this miner is settled.
I created another...
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say. I feel that...
So there's never any ancient...
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion or thought.
That makes sense.
Indeed. Wow. Such an immense tree.
And there's so many mysterious-looking crystals up there, too. Amazing!
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that. All right, then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing to worry about. Not...
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. If you don't try, you won't know.
You think...
When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea? Wait a minute. Paimon can fly. All right, Paimon will go. You wait here.
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from behind the tree. Quick, let's go see. Maybe he found an... Leave it to me.
This has been newly dug. It would appear our answer is up ahead.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel?
Compose yourselves. I will lead us in. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until they opened the gate.
So they'll find the seal first. What do we do? We can't hurt them. What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ishtar, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
Stabilize.
Think you can bully me?
Stabilize. I will have order.
Fisher!
Look at you, Boozia.
Shifting sands know not the mountain's permanence.
You can run, but you can't hide.
The enraged earth will not absolve you!
Solidify!
Dodge this! Don't get frostbite.
Gather!
Hey, yeah! Nice and spit!
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
Solidify!
Think you can bully me?
Bring it on. Cool it.
Solidify!
Think you can bully me?
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Can't handle your drink. Huh.
Freeze! Order guide you. Gather!
Shaken and stirred. I'm the frying pan.
This moment will be frozen. Dodge
No
this.
atonement.
You're
For
mine.
1,000 years
Za,
pain.
ya, ya, ka. Da, da, za. Ja,
Solidify!
Scratch them. Boba, get them.
no time to lose.
Cowardly insects!
Solidify!
From rock to dust! Sooner or later!
Nice and spicy.
Da, ya, za, ya, ya.
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Think you can bully me?
I will have order!
Don't get frostbite.
Diana special. Boba, get them.
Ja, za, ya, ka. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. Ja.
Stabilize!
Dodge this.
Shaken and stirred. You're toast. I'm the frying pan.
Rise!
The enraged Earth
Gather!
will not absolve you!
Nice and spicy.
Za, what's the hurry? Cool it.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice.
Azhdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Azhdaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Azhdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities. We are a schism of the will of Azhdaha.
So there are two?
No! It can't be! That's impossible!
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But would anyone listen? Would they even care? That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the...
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morak.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity.
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You haven't changed. Ajdaha was once a friend and ally. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that erosion ground Ajdaha's consciousness. Ajdaha, now incomplete, became irascible.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true. Which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter, Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent, and so we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Ajdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No! No!
I am the remnants of Ajdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further.
No! It is I, Ajdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the...
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun, strange.
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, in the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day.
No! That isn't true!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More axe!
The little girl vanished!
Are you satisfied, Ajdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon.
Your power is nearly spent. Shall we get going, you and...
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the minor.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wit.
Straight down to business as always.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Huh?
Nothing. Pay it no mind.
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go and see how they're doing.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men.
Kunjun...
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time. It would be a shame for someone of his talent to go missing.
You always did have a...
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much.
Ashtaha,
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate. Let's get the difficult part out of the way. I cannot guarantee that I won't be awoken a second time.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped, and that's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely...
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious...
That day in the chasm.
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people.
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you, let alone seal you away.
Hence, my incept. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The old friend. God.
Thank you, Ashtaha.
My life is at an end. I will join the eternal flow of time. And you, Morax.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only asleep.
Wow. That was so weird.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun. He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years ago remain.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ashtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world, and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes. Quicker than words could tell, lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Azhdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down and sealed him underground. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Azhdaha could sense, despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he, and in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me, towards Leo. He was willing to be sealed away, but as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it, but there is something I understand better than most. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot.
Call it, I must thank you both.
No worries.
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events... Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of his...
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of it.
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Ash?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world could... There are many events of ages past. Many... They have been eroded by time. Forgotten by the people, but you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember will. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties. This tablet was erected by Mountain Shaper. It names Azhdaha as a terrible dragon, and serves as a warning for later generations to stay away from this place, from the seal. It's a shame. There is a fine line between good and evil. If the good and evil within him...